I think at the start to talking about word study is to go back to Freire and what he says about children and adults, just people in general, having their own word universe and their own word world. So what that means is that while a word, because of your funds of knowledge, means something to you, it might mean something completely different to somebody else who has a different fund of knowledge. And so when you're doing word study, before you can even break down phonemic awareness and all of that, it's important to realize, I think, and recognize that everyone has different backgrounds, beliefs, and stories and truths that will have each word mean a different meaning to them. Outside of that, I think that word study basically just helps to develop phonemic awareness in students. There's different ways to go about this that are really fun for kids. I think the storytelling, word games, rhymes, and riddles are all really great ways to help develop that phonemic awareness. Frequent readings of literature that deals playfully with sounds of language through rhyme and manipulation of phonemes is another really good way to develop phonemic awareness. And songs and games as well. I know my kids in my placement right now are really into creating raps and rapping to me at recess while we play basketball. And so that's also a really good way, is just to make a rap about whatever you're doing, even if it's just walking to lunch or walking back from recess or sitting in line waiting to come into the classroom. When you are developing phonemic awareness activities, the objective is always to facilitate the ability that speech is made up of sounds. And you can do that in different ways. There's different ways that can look. You can match words by sounds. You can isolate a sound in a word. You can blend individual sounds to form a word. You can substitute sounds in a word, and you can segment a word into its constituent sounds. So I think the basis of whichever activity you choose to do and whichever process you choose to focus on is just making it fun for the kids, so it doesn't even feel like they're studying anything. Like I said before, going back to Freire and what he said, what they do is what they think it is. If they think that word study is just spelling words and taking a test, they're probably going to think word study is pretty boring. But if you utilize some of the tools in terms of games and rhyming, reading rich literature with playing with sounds, then your students will, I think, develop a much higher phonemic awareness.